Lewis Hamilton's arrival at Ferrari was supposed to mark the beginning of a brand new chapter, not just for him, but for the entire Ferrari team. After years of domination with Mercedes, Hamilton made the bold decision to switch to the most iconic and pressure-filled team in Formula One history. Expectations were sky-high. Fans, experts, and even rivals believed this move could finally bring Ferrari back to championship-winning form. But even before the real challenge has begun, Hamilton is already facing a very serious problem at Ferrari, one that could shape his entire journey with the team. Ferrari Team Principal Fred Vasseur has just made a strong and surprising statement. His words were not just a warning, they were a declaration that nothing short of perfection would be accepted from anyone in the team. He made it clear that no area of the car or the team is beyond scrutiny. From aerodynamics to strategy, from pit stops to driver performance, every detail must improve. It was a wake-up call, not only for the team behind the scenes, but also for the drivers who will be representing Ferrari on the track this season. This includes Lewis Hamilton, who now finds himself under more pressure than ever. Hamilton has spent over a decade in a very structured, organized, and well-oiled environment. At Mercedes, everything in that team worked in a smooth, calculated way. The car development followed clear processes. Decisions were based on data and teamwork. Most importantly, Mercedes was shaped around Hamilton's driving style. At Ferrari, things work differently. It is an emotional, reactive, and often chaotic team environment. Ferrari is famous not only for its glorious past, but also for its intense internal pressure. Every move a driver makes is closely watched, not just by the team, but by the media and millions of fans. And Fred Vasseur's statement has made it clear that no one will be protected from this scrutiny. For Hamilton, this means he must adapt quickly. He doesn't have the comfort of time to settle into this new environment. He must deliver strong results from the first race, and that will not be easy. The SF25, the car Ferrari has built for the 2025 season, is still unproven in competitive conditions. There are concerns about its overall balance and reliability. Ferrari has not won a Constructors' Championship in over 16 years, and now, with Hamilton in the seat, everyone is expecting that to change overnight. But as history shows, that is never easy at Ferrari. One of the biggest challenges Hamilton faces is Charles Leclerc. He is Ferrari's star driver. Fluent in Italian, deeply connected to the team, and someone who has spent his entire F1 career driving for Ferrari. The team knows him well. The engineers understand his feedback. The strategists are used to his race approach, and he has delivered for the team in the past. While Hamilton comes in as a 7-time world champion, Leclerc is still seen as the team's long-term investment. If Leclerc performs better than Hamilton in the early races, there is a real risk that the team will naturally begin to support him more. Formula One is a team sport, but it often becomes a battle between teammates. Ferrari has a long history of supporting one driver over the other. We saw it with Michael Schumacher, who was clearly the number one over Rubens Barrichello. We saw it again with Fernando Alonso, who had full strategic backing during his time. Even Sebastian Vettel enjoyed that treatment during his early Ferrari years. If history repeats itself, Hamilton could find himself in a position he has never experienced before, as the number 2 driver. Adding to the challenge, Ferrari's car setup and components differ from what Hamilton is used to. One major difference is the braking system. Ferrari uses Brembo brakes, which offer a different feel compared to the carbon brake systems Hamilton used at Mercedes. Early test data suggests Hamilton has had a hard time adjusting to the new system. The braking modulation is different, and it takes time to build confidence in how the car behaves under heavy braking. Even a small delay in adaptation can cost performance, especially in qualifying sessions where every 1/10 of a second counts. And then, there is the broader issue of Ferrari's structure and leadership. Fred Vasseur's leadership style is different from Toto Wolff, Hamilton's former boss at Mercedes. While Wolff offered calm, steady guidance during high-pressure moments, Vasseur is known to be more direct and demanding. His recent comments show that he is not going to give anyone a free pass, no matter their status. That includes Hamilton. For Hamilton to succeed at Ferrari, he must earn the team's trust quickly. He cannot rely on past achievements. Ferrari demands results, and they demand them fast. Outside of Ferrari, the competition is only getting stronger. Red Bull continues to be the team to beat. Their consistency, development pace, and race strategy have set the standard. McLaren, with Lando Norris and Oscar Piastri, has become a major threat. Their recent performances show they are ready to fight for both titles. And Mercedes, Hamilton's old team, is determined to come back strong. That means Ferrari and Hamilton are not just trying to beat one top team, they are in a four-way battle for supremacy. In this fight, any weakness will be exploited. The first 5 races of the season are going to be critical. If Hamilton starts strong, he can quickly establish himself as Ferrari's new leader. He can gain the team's trust and possibly take control of car development decisions. But if Leclerc outperforms him, the team might lean back towards supporting their familiar star. The pressure will only increase and the team dynamics could shift dramatically. Every qualifying session, every pit stop and every race result will carry enormous weight. This situation is not just about on-track performance, it is also about how Hamilton manages the team relationships, media pressure, and internal politics. Ferrari is a team that is deeply connected to its national pride. The fans expect passion, victory, and glory. If results do not come quickly, the pressure from the media and tifosi can become overwhelming. Ferrari drivers are constantly in the spotlight, and any misstep is magnified. For Hamilton, this is a completely new experience. At Mercedes, he had the full backing of a team that believed in his abilities and was willing to shape everything around him. At Ferrari, he must build that from scratch. He needs to win the trust of engineers, strategists, and mechanics, and he needs to do it while fighting for podiums in one of the most competitive eras in F1 history. Fred Vasseur's statement is the warning shot. It sets the tone for Ferrari's approach in 2025. Nothing is guaranteed, nothing is safe, only results will count. For Hamilton, this is both a challenge and an opportunity. If he can rise above the pressure, if he can adapt quickly, and if he can outperform Leclerc and the other rivals, he could create one of the most powerful comeback stories in modern Formula One. But if he falters, if Ferrari struggles to match Red Bull and McLaren, and if the internal team politics shift away from him, this could become the toughest chapter of his entire career. Hamilton's move to Ferrari has already changed the narrative of this season. All eyes are on him. Fans are watching to see if he can bring the magic that once made him unbeatable. Teams are watching to see if Ferrari finally made the right decision. And within the walls of Maranello, everyone is watching to see whether Hamilton will be the one to lead them out of their championship drought or just another superstar who couldn't handle the Ferrari pressure. As the season unfolds, the story will be written in every corner taken, every qualifying lap completed, and every race result. The partnership between Hamilton and Ferrari is one of the most fascinating experiments in modern Formula One. It brings together a team desperate for a return to glory and a driver hungry to prove he still belongs at the very top. What happens next will not just affect Hamilton's legacy, it will shape the future of Ferrari. It will influence how the team approaches future signings, car development, and leadership decisions. If Hamilton thrives, Ferrari may become the team to beat once again. If he struggles, the search for answers will begin immediately. This is the reality of life at Ferrari. There is no middle ground. You either win or you fall short. And now, with Fred Vasseur's message ringing loud and clear, and Lewis Hamilton stepping into the biggest challenge of his career, the stakes have never been higher. This season will test everything: Hamilton's adaptability, Ferrari's resilience, and the true potential of the SF25.